Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you so much for dropping by. What a day! What a day. I woke up this morning. Yesterday was really hard. Did I? Yeah, I did make a video for yesterday. Yeah, I really suffered a lot yesterday. It's been a hard 9 days. And I woke up this morning just fired up. I'm like, made a couple videos, and one of the videos really touched me. Someone, I basically just said, hey, like, I need help here. I shared where I was stuck at in this process. And basically, where I'm stuck in is the idea that Amitabha is the only being or power that can deliver me. And I'm like, look, well, let me backtrack. But before I made that video, I woke up. I'm like, I'm going to study Renyo, and I just recommitted to a course of study and spending a lot of time deep listening, um, and then I was just like, oh, I can't do this. I can't study or read anymore. I have a quasi photographic memory. I've read Paul Roberts' book like 6 times, and I've read through the Tani Show multiple times, and I'm working my way through the letters of Renyo, and so I don't have a lack of information. That's not the problem. The problem I clearly identified in this video is like, look, I'm clear the Jodo Shinshu path is correct, of humility, of recognizing our goal of Buddhahood, of recognizing that we can't attain it, recognizing the need for an other power to save us. And then I'm stuck on the idea of, Amitabha as that power, or specifically the only power. And I just made a video asking for help. I'm like, how do I find out what's true? And God, spent a lot of time in Hinduism and the teachings of Christ. So Buddha bless this person. A beautiful soul. I made that video, and a beautiful soul dropped by the channel and just basically reminded me of what I already knew, which is, Jodo Shinshu is a religion, and it's not. It's really a path, that has definitely religious overtones. But it's not about studying or just being like, oh yes, I believe that, or more importantly, this is more importantly, oh, Shinrin said it, so it must be true. Like, oh, Paul Roberts said it, he attained Shinjin, so it must be true. That's where Jodo Shinshu and most other religions part ways. Jodo Shinshu points out that we have to listen deeply, and that conviction has to arise within us, as opposed to just like trying to force these ideas in and then force ourselves to believe. So Buddha bless that person. I almost said it again, God bless. So that's what I'm doing, is I'm not studying anymore, and I'm just listening deeply. What is the higher power that I entrust and want to entrust myself fully to, that I can entrust myself fully to? And is Amitabha Buddha the only one? So that's, if I have reflected really deeply, and especially on the second. The first, I'm not so clear on who's the higher power or the being, but the second, that Amitabha is the only means of salvation. Where I'm at today is that it very well may be true, and it doesn't feel my inner, Paul Roberts calls it the Buddha within, that does not feel right to me. And so I'm really sitting with it. And what's new is I'm open. I'm open to the possibility. I've never in the past been open to the idea that there was only one higher power. So that's where I'm at, is I'm really just sitting with it. And I'm also sitting with, Paul Roberts says it so well, is, he came to the conclusion that the Buddha was the smartest guy in the room, which is his joking way of saying that the Buddha attained the full enlightenment and that no other being has on this planet. And I'm also open to that, which another idea that I never would have been open to in the past. But I'm at a similar place with that. Is, well, I can't believe it because Paul Roberts said it. I haven't met that man, but I love and respect and adore it, and I can't because Shinran said it. Or so what do I do with that? And it's the same thing as I just have to listen deeply until there's a knowing inside myself. And that's that. Well, I mean, the other piece is, yeah, a friend. I spoke with a friend today, and she's writing a book on prayer. She's kind of been all over the place spiritually, and she's landed in her own understanding of the teachings of Christ. And um, yeah, and I was just in such a low place. I'm like, well, teach me how to pray. Like I need help. So yeah, so I've been exploring some prayer today, and it's not your typical Christian form of prayer at all. It definitely is. There's some ways of praying that could fall within sort of the Jodo Shinshu path. This definitely not. Um, Asking Christ for help and healing and so forth. Not even asking really, but I don't even want to get into that. But I have been doing some of that prayer, doing it not so much, not at all, really for my liberation, but doing it for my well-being. I've been really depressed for the last 9 days. My health is suffering. I had a split with my closest friend in a very messy manner. So yeah, as I'm saying this, I'm afraid like, oh, everyone's going to leave this channel and everyone's going to hate me here. And if that happens, so be it. I'm on a journey, and on a journey. What I can say is I'm open to the idea that the Buddha is the only being to have attained enlightenment, and that Amitabha is the only way. And I can't bear witness from that, from a deep knowing inside myself yet. And I think the big progress that's happened is I've recognized that a book or a human being isn't going to do it for me. Like you could bring the wisest being to me on the planet, and they're like, yeah, the Buddha's, and that wouldn't do it for me. And I don't think there's any written word that can do it for me. It's kind of like at this point, it's got to be sort of my deep listening and that higher power, that other power, that'll lead me to the truth. And it's scary. It's scary not just in terms of like how is the people on this channel gonna react, but Shinran basically says if it wasn't for Amitabha, then if it wasn't for this path that he was convinced he was destined for hell, and this was the only path that could possibly lead him to Buddhahood, much less help prevent hell. So it's honestly, it's scary. It's scary to what I'm doing right now is being like, I can listen to Shinran and I can respect him, but his opinion isn't going to cut it for me. No one's opinion. My opinions aren't going to cut it for me. It's got to come from a deeper place. And again, many blessings to the person who reminded me that that's our path. not filling our heads with ideas, not repeating them like affirmations. To really listen deeply and have that knowing arise within us. Namo Amida Butsu.